teaching yourself to be your own parent. Sex is good and everything, but hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Chanel. So first of all, I just wanted to say thank you for the 1,000 subscribers. I mean, I'm just so grateful. When I asked for you to send me your life situations, I just felt that I got to know you so well. And yeah, for my 1,000 subscriber video, because apparently that's a thing, I wanted to do a Q&A, but more like an advice video. Like, you ask me questions and I answer. So one of the questions that I got a lot was, how do you date in med school? So I think dating is personal to different kinds of people. It depends, like, if you're an introvert, an extrovert. It depends what you want in a relationship. But I think med school doesn't change anything, in the sense that when you date someone, basically you just present yourself as you are and as busy as you are, and if it's the right timing for the both of you, then it's just gonna work out. So what I did in med school was, I met someone and I just made the time to date them if they were the right person, and that's pretty much it. The only thing that I found difficult is, like, if you want to do Tinder or Bumble or stuff like that, that's pretty time consuming, and I found I didn't really have the patience for that. Dating and sex is good and everything, but you really need to prioritize your own well-being. So, like, if you need to sacrifice, like, going to the gym or sleeping or stuff like that, then I don't think it's worth it, because you're gonna be stressed out and you won't be able maybe to be as open and emotionally available for that person. Yeah, I hope this answers this question. If you have backup questions for that, you know where to find me. And, another question I really liked was, so people talk a lot about their food experiences and their relationship with their food, and how the relationship with their food is actually fucked. And you're not alone. A lot of people have struggles with food. In my last video, I say that your relationship with your food reflects the relationship you have with yourself. But then in a practical sense, you're like, well, what am I supposed to do with that relationship with myself? How did it go wrong? How can I fix it? It's difficult, and I get it. I've been through it. And the mind-blowing thing I realized was that my relationship with myself was actually a reflection of my relationship with my parents. So hear me out on this. When you grow up, your parents teach you, they teach you like practical things about life, but they also are supposed to teach you emotional intelligence, which includes recognizing your own emotions, accepting them for what they are, and then acting upon it in a healthy way. They're also supposed to teach you how to have a good relationship with food, how to have a good relationship with sleep, how to discipline yourself. In the end, you have a bad relationship with stuff like that in your life because you don't know for whom you're doing it, right? You don't know yourself enough. You don't know your needs enough, okay? And you don't value them enough. So what happens is that you're lost. And even if you want to fix that relationship with food, or with alcohol, or with drugs, or with codependent relationship, if you don't know yourself enough and your needs enough, you don't know for whom you're doing it. So it just feels empty. And I talk to my friends and I talk to people around me and my patients, and I just feel like it's such a thing that we haven't been taught. It's like the mind was so important when we grow up, like to have good grades, to be intelligent, in a way that we're good in school and stuff like that. But do we know ourselves? Like, really? And I think what happens is that we grow up, we have a bunch of things, but then there's like this emptiness, this like void within us, because we haven't found ourselves yet, so it pushes us to escapism, to live a life that's not ours, to find ourselves, to like not commit to anything, to not do anything difficult, to change jobs, to travel, and it's like we're trying to find something in the outside world instead of looking inwards and understanding ourselves. And I think that it all stems from the fact that we haven't been taught to actually stop 1 second, identify our emotions, and then figure out why we're feeling this way, like get to know ourselves for real, and then act. I think we've been taught to, like, something nice happens to us and we're like, okay, now I should be happy. But this is not how it works. It's the other way around, right? It's not like trigger I'm happy mind and then feel happy. This is fake. You should pay attention to how you feel when you live certain things, and then be like, oh, this makes me happy. Why does it make me happy? And then have an answer, and then, oh, this makes me sad, or this makes me angry, and then get to know ourselves that way, so we can build a life that actually makes us are really ourselves happy, not on paper. And then that is so difficult to do, because I think a lot of us, like, if we sit down and we try to meditate, we're like, okay, now I should feel calm. And then you feel something in your throat, in your chest, and you're like, oh, I don't actually know what's that feeling. I have difficulty identifying that feeling. So this discomfort is so pronounced that it makes you just want to distract yourself by eating, by doing any, like, and then the loop goes again and again. The loop of life emptiness. I know this is pretty heavy, but I think it's such a problem. Like, we need to talk about this. And once you figure out that that's actually the problem in your life, then, well, there's the other battle of teaching yourself to be your own parent. You need to develop an interior monologue where you are your own parent. So let's say, I don't know, I'm doing something and I feel a heaviness in my chest. I will not ignore it. Like a child, I would be like, oh, so how do you feel right now? What is the emotion? And then you can, like, are you sad? Are you happy? Are you angry? Are you scared? Okay? And then you start from that, easy. And then you can branch out and be like, okay, so it makes me feel scared. Okay, so are you anxious or are you embarrassed? You know? And then you develop from there, and then you figure it out. And any emotion is valid, actually. That's the key to all of it. There's no bad emotion. They are as they are. There are only bad actions that result from emotion. So you can tell yourself, okay, I'm feeling anxious right now in a certain situation. Let's say the situation is not supposed to be anxiogenic. Like, I'm going to doing the groceries and I figure out that I'm anxious. Like, instead of being like, the hell, you're not anxious, nah, and brushing it off like emotional, neglectful parents, you accept it as it is, and then you figure out why. You're like, okay, it's fine, you're anxious. It's fine. Why are you anxious? When was the last time were you anxious? Is this a pattern? Are you always anxious when you're at the grocery store? And then you figure out why, and then you figure out what action you can take. Like, let's say you figure out that you're actually anxious at the grocery store because you decide to go to the grocery store when it's like Sunday at 5 and there's a bunch of people and you feel rushed and you just want to enjoy it, but you can't because there's so many people and people pushing your cart, and you know. And then you figure out that that's the thing, and then you're like, okay, fine, I'll just do my groceries Monday night, and then boom, your life is so much better and you've been your own parent. Okay? So yeah, I've been rambling on this, but There's another book, I think it's just Emotional Intelligence. I'll link it down below. It's a course on how to recognize your emotions, like 101. And I think it's fine to realize that you're just at that point. And I find that if you work on that, on the source of all the problems, I feel that all the other things like self-destructive behavior that you have, bad self-talk, they're just gonna dissipate, and you're gonna build just a good relationship with yourself and just feel whole, feel like you know why you're doing all those things, and it just has a lot of meaning all of a sudden, right? So please send me your questions. Let's connect on Instagram. My Instagram is @monsieur_Chanel, and yeah, let's talk. Just say hi, tell me what you think about the video, comment down below if you have questions or if you want to chat. And okay, construction outside is such a bitch. Anyways, have a good day everyone. Bye, see you soon.